Hi there, and welcome to another exciting episode of Unplug, brought to you by every NG. Thank you so much for joining. Today, my name is Victor, and of course, I'm here to take you through all the updates when it comes to entertainment, your favorite celebrities, sports, national news, global news, whatever it is that you need to know. We're here on Unplug to supply you as it's hot, as it hot. Well, anyways, big story for the day. Yesterday, we talked about the Sorosoke generation coming up with another protest, planning to occupy the Lekki toll gate and demand for answers. Well, in response to that, something else is beginning to brew. And just stick around, we'll be talking about that much later. But first of all, let's take some entertainment and, of course, our favorite BBNaija stars from the Lockdown house. I'll be starting with Laycon. Laycon, whatever it is you call him, is known to be quite a smart and intelligent person, but he's also savage when necessary, and he utilized a bit of that savage part when he was in a live video and he was kind of answering questions, and somebody, I don't know whether the intention was to troll, but it did seem like that. But a comparison was made between him and Kendrick Lamar, but then he was called Ikorodu Kendrick Lamar. So that was part that sounded like a troll. And he was like, okay, well, you're calling me Ikorodu Kendrick Lamar. I'm not from Ikorodu. I don't know whether I'm the one who put Ikorodu on the map and all of that. And he then said, well, thank God people are not comparing me to Lionel Messi. At least they're comparing me to a rapper, to a musician, a successful one at that. So it means I'm doing something right. I believe that whoever asked that question was not expecting that response, but then that's Laycon for you. But let's move on to the ladies now. Somehow we didn't start with the ladies first, but then the ladies now. Let's talk Erica, and they're doing pretty well for themselves. Erica has just bagged herself a new deal with an online bank, a fintech organization. She went to Twitter to show it off, and the company themselves also tweeted to announce their new partnership with Erica. And congratulations to Erica, and more wins to you. Apart from Erica, Nengi, the queen of the ninjas. Now, Stargirl is the queen of the elites. We know that already. The queen of the ninjas also backed herself a new deal, and hers is with a smartphone company, one of the biggest smartphone brands in Nigeria and, of course, in Africa. And she'll be teaming up with other celebrities who are also ambassadors of that particular brand. So congratulations to Nengi as well. Good to see them doing pretty well for themselves. Now, let's move on this time. Let's hope V. She's not bagging a deal this time, but she is out to secure her territory, to protect her business. And she's talking to people who are trying to anonymously slide into her business. And she's saying, if you slide into my Instagram DMs with a faceless account and you're trying to talk to me about my management, my relationships, whatever it is that concerns me, if you do it, I'm going to block you and I'm very likely going to insult you. So V is pulling no punches. She's showing no mercy. Don't do that. Don't slide into V's DMs with faceless accounts and try to poke nose, as we say it, okay? That is the message from V. Now let's talk Lilo. Fresh off from her birthday and, of course, unveiling her new business, Cafe 23, she has drawn resemblance comparisons with American singer and superstar Rihanna. Now, I took a good look at those pictures, and the resemblance is actually there. It's not uncanny, it's not striking, but she actually did look like Rihanna in those photos. And I'm sure Rihanna is probably looking and she's proud. Kind of similar to what Erica did and Cardi B responded, right? Anyways, that is that about Lilo. Kiss Daniel was in the news recently when he posted a picture and he was looking quite sick. He looked like he had lost a lot of weight, he had emaciated, and people were concerned, genuinely concerned, because it was quite obvious. Well, he posted another picture or new pictures this time around, and he was looking much better. People were like, wow, you're looking fresh, this and that. And he was like, he was really grateful to God because some time ago, he was so sick that he could not even stand up. So that was Kiss Daniel admitting that he went through illness to the point that he could not stand up, although he did not mention what ailment it was, but Thankfully, Kiss Daniel is okay now, and hope he keeps getting better as well. Now let's move on to some unfortunate news. Somewhere in Abuja, in Gawu, in the Abaji area of Abuja, a tanker exploded and wreaked a lot of havoc because about 11 people were reported dead, burnt dead, and we do not know as of yet whether that death toll is going to rise, but it was really terrible, and we're just hoping that more people do not die and something can be done to mitigate these things. I mean, these days you hear about a tanker falling somewhere, an explosion somewhere, and I'm wondering, are people not checking the integrity of these vehicles before they are put on the road and loaded with petroleum products or whatever? I hope this can be looked into and such incidences can be stopped, because we do not want to continue hearing things like this. All right. Now, to the big story that I talked about earlier. Sorosoke generation wants to get back on the streets to demand answers for what happened on the 20th of October 2020. Who ordered the shootings at the Lekki toll gate? So, 13th of this month, February, 7 a.m., they're heading into the streets. But in response, I told you something was brewing, and there is another set of protesters who are also organizing themselves, and it is for the Defend Lagos protest. It is a counter protest to protest against the protests to occupy Lagos, if that makes any sense, right? They are saying they want to defend Lagos from anything that resembles the destruction that happened in the aftermath of the NSAS protests last year. There is word on the streets that this could be the government, doing some underground work, organizing people to disrupt the, in quotes, legitimate protests, but we do not know. They have also slated their protests for the same day and the same time. And I'm wondering what exactly is going to be happening in Lagos on that day. Two sets of protests, two different intentions, basically against each other. Well, I guess we'll just have to wait until that day to see what exactly happens. But we hope there is no violence and everything happens peacefully. All right. Now, to another story, a national story this time. The Parliamentary Staff Association of Nigeria, PASAN, has issued an ultimatum to the President Muhammadu Buhari, to ensure the autonomy of the National Assembly and state houses of assemblies, or they're going to embark on a strike. Now, their complaint is that this autonomy has been an issue for years now, almost 3 years now, where President Buhari signed something into law, but it has not been implemented. And what they are calling for is the implementation of this financial autonomy, or else there's going to be a strike. As for me, I'm waiting for the response of the president, and we don't know if we're going to get any soon, but we'll keep you posted as that story develops. Okay? Now, let's talk something else, back to the entertainment side of things, where Ikorodu Bois and Emmanuella, the young female comedian, doing Nigeria proud, they have both been nominated for the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards. Interestingly enough, coincidentally maybe, in the same category. And I believe one of them is going to go home with that crown. Well, they have strong competition. Elsa Majimbo, the girl who became popular during lockdown for her very funny personal skits, saying funny things, chewing Pringles and wearing glasses, is also in the same category for that award. But let's just back our Nigerian babies and hope they come back home with the crown, okay? Now, let's talk Oritsefemi. It's an entertainment story, but not so entertaining, because he is now embroiled in some kind of marital scandal. He was caught by his wife in their matrimonial home with a side chick. It's actually not the first time Oritsefemi is cheating. It had happened before. He came out on social media and asked people to help him beg his wife. But this time, his wife is not taking it lightly. She wants to hunt down that side chick. And she said some really strong words on Instagram. Bottom line, she's looking for the side chick, whoever she's at, probably on the run right now. As it develops, we'll definitely let you know, because I don't want to see any more on that. It's not my marriage, it's not my family, so I'm just going to move on. You have the updates We'll keep you posted. All right. Let's talk something on the foreign scenes now. Now, if you know Saudi Arabia well enough, you know that any religion other than Islam is prohibited in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. But a particular Christian organization in the United States of America is beginning to make some strides. I would not call them giant strides just yet, but they're beginning to make strides to see the opening of the first church in Saudi Arabia. Long shot, you might call it, you might say it's far-fetched, but is it impossible though? I mean, any other religion is prohibited. It's basically a crime to practice any other religion in Saudi Arabia. But will they be able to succeed? Make of that whatever you will, whatever it is you might want to happen, we don't know. But whatever happens, of course, we will definitely keep you updated here on Unplug. And now, let's talk the United States of America and their new president, President Joe Biden, who is threatening Nigeria, and not just Nigeria, but other countries who have anti-gay policies. He's threatening with financial sanctions and also travel sanctions, visa suspensions, and all of that. For every country that has an anti-gay policy that does not allow for LGBTQI practice freely, then there is going to be a problem for you. Sanctions, travel sanctions, or financial sanctions. That is the most we know for now. And as it unfolds, of course, every is here, Unplug is here, but let's just keep our fingers crossed for now. Away from all of that, let's talk sports now, where Ross Barkley is being, I don't know how to put it now, but there has been a lot of back and forth concerning Ross Barkley's nationality. Well, he's English, but his roots, actually his origins. And Frank Khalid, who happens to be a Chelsea fan and one of the biggest ones at that, tweeted something. He tweeted a picture of Nigerian footballers, or footballers with Nigerian roots who had played for Chelsea in the past. And he also put a picture of Ross Barkley there. So a lot of Nigerians became excited. Wow, Ross Barkley, Nigerian roots, how come we didn't know? Well, people are digging into it, and according to some reports here and there, Ross Barkley's father is Nigerian and his mother is English. And somewhere along the line, they were separated from their father, and so many things went down. But now we're getting to know that Ross Barkley is actually of Nigerian origin. Interesting, right? He doesn't look African to me. Anyway, well, that is up in the air. You can argue that, but anyways, that is that about that. Now let's talk Patrick Bamford as we wrap it up. Patrick Bamford of Leeds United scored his 100th career goal against Crystal Palace yesterday in the English Premier League. He's so much reminiscent of Jamie Vardy. I mean, he just reminds you so much of Vardy, coming from the Championship and becoming a top Premiership striker. He's doing really well. He bagged a goal yesterday as Leeds defeated Crystal Palace by 2-0. So congratulations to Patrick Bamford, and congratulations to me and you on completing a successful episode of Unplug for today. Thank you so much for joining. My name remains Victor, and until next time, stay tuned to every NG.